Fly fishing.
All the materials that we use to tie the flies that we're gonna use.
Amazing.
Yeah. As you can see, it's a very gear-intensive sport. Lots of gear. Okay.
呢啲係乜嘢嚟嘅？我哋要學點樣砌嗰隻 fly 出嚟啊！係啊，
佢咪俾埋你咁啲飛？
唔係佢呢度教你砌嘅。Fly fishing 唔係普通 fishing 嚟㗎，唔係用 live bait 嘅，你要自己扮隻 fly 嘅，用呢啲咁嘅 material。
我上次見到一隻
係啊。
咁多隻咯，係即係幾百款㗎嘛。
啊 ，gear intensive 㗎，睇下你後邊，俾我睇下你後邊。
It doesn't give you as many options. It's not necessarily a bad thing.
Thank you.
But it means that for a long time, like places like the Devil's Post Pile and the San Joaquin and stuff, we haven't got to fish yet.
好興奮啊！我哋而家係 baseball field 釣魚啊！去 baseball field 釣魚啊
Amy 出唔出嚟啊？
出過啱啱 call 咗佢。
Out and first I'm going to show you guys what this gear is and delineate kind of our gear. We have all different kinds of rods out, so I just want to talk you guys through that. Then really what we're going to try to do is build some muscle memory. When we get out there and start fishing, you guys are going to have a lot. Yeah, I'll just run back.
去 baseball field 釣魚啊！你都未試過啊？
What kind of fly rod it is. So here's the brand name, the model name, but this is really what matters to us. This says a 5-weight line, 9 feet, right? And so what that means is this line is what we call a 5-weight. There's from 0 to 15, 16, 17 weight rods. So there's all different kinds of sizes. Pinch this lightly. Just hold on to this line for me. Let's pull out a little bit more. So everybody, if you could get your hands on this line, and I'm going to pull it through your hands. And what I want you to do, so guys, everybody lighten up just a little bit. I need to pull it. I just want it to run through your fingers. And it's, a fairly thick line. These things are made out of polyurethane. Keep holding. We haven't got to the point yet. These things are made out of polyurethane. And then at the end, as we get close, all of a sudden there's going to be a couple knots. You see that little section there? So the line itself got thinner. And then we have a little knots called the butt section. And then we move into the leader. And you're going to feel the leader is going to get thinner and thinner and thinner as well until it dissipates into nothing. All right? So everything. And so if we don't have enough weight on those to bend the rod and fling it out, if I were to sit there and reel it up to the end and I take this and I'd pull off some line already, I'm going to cast, I draw it back and I go, and it's not really going to go anywhere, right? Because we don't have enough weight to do that.
So does that mean the more fly you hook it up, it's better?
No. Well, it can be in other ways, but what I'm really saying is this green line is the weight that bends. That's called Dacron, and that's our backing, okay? I can cast 100 feet. So if I cast 100 feet and catch a fish and it takes off, and I only had this fly line on here, it'd go snap and I'd lose my fish. So what this is for is so that the fish can run a little bit longer, And this stuff here, we have about 75 yards. So it can run an extra 210 feet, more or less, 220 feet away from us. Reels, and I buy expensive reels, but they're jewelry, in all honesty. They just made to hold the line. They don't really do a lot for us. We're going to keep our fingers on the line, and we'll go over that a little bit later. Always trying to keep the finger on the line, because that's really how we fight a fish, is moving the line under our fingers, all right?
Interesting.
But
you don't use it, really.
No, it pretty much holds the line for us. We're not going to, if a fish runs and takes out all the line, then we'll use it. But really, if you watch me reel in, see how little I do each time? Now watch if I do this. Those fish move really fast, and so we want to be able to, bring it in fast. Anytime, right? But when I say stop, I'm going to say stop to you guys a lot today. Because what we need to do is let these expensive rods, you know, like these are a little cheaper because I had a lot of people break rods out here last year than the rods that you're going to be fishing with at the river. But I spend about $700 on these rods, right? I don't do that because I make a lot of money. I make a living, you know, but not enough to just go spend $1,000 on a setup just to impress you guys with how much I spent on fly rods, right? It doesn't work that way. They do something. And a lot of this casting practice, we need, in 12 years, one time, had a fish jump out of the water and grab my fly. Once. Right? We catch fish by having our flies on the water or in the water. Okay, that's where the fish are. So, doing this all day might be fun for practice, but it isn't going to catch us any fish. Here, I can't just kind of peek over and look at it. I've gone too far. All right? We want to stop it. Pretty much, I tell people, try to stop it straight up and down, because that pretty much goes to 1 o'clock. Not 2 o'clock, not 3 o'clock. All right? Just up there at 1 o'clock. So we're going to try that at first. And we're just going to pick it up, let it sit, put it back down. All right? And then, after that, what we're going to do is try to keep it in the air. Now, if you'll notice, my fly line never goes below the tip of my rod as it's laying out. Because this is our weight. This rod, you know, this line is our weight. Okay? So, go ahead and drop your rod tip down, right? Line's laying flat. Pick it up again. See how it's starting to bend already? Now, go ahead and set your rod tip down. Raise it up a little higher. If I start my cast with my rod tip there, pull it back till it bends. Pull it, no, up till you bend the rod. Keep going till the rod bends. Till this line's tight. Keep going. See, I'm going to have you stop there. See how she started with the rod up high? And now, finally, where I would like her to stop, she just put a bend in the rod. Right? So she's not going to get any power if you start real high. Then drop it down again. Drive down that area. That's where all the baseball fields are and things.
Galen 好似唔係 pick up your phone 喎。
哇！我已經拍到自己。你睇住個貼咧，你睇住如果一邊落嚟就好痛㗎。
See how your wrist is barely moving? It's your elbow and your shoulder. There we go. I like that. These are big muscles. These are. See all these stiff feathers on there?
Where's the hook?
It's right here in my finger.
Oh.
So these feathers, you know what a water skeeter looks like? Those little bugs that float on top of the water and skate around. Well, they stay up by, you know, displacing their weight with surface tension. That's how dry flies float too, right? Those little feathers spread the weight out and make it so that that can float on the water. Can I see that? So I don't want to see this, right? Bam! See how it all came into the water? Well, I just slammed my fly and made it sink. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to stop it with my rod tip above my eyes. And as it lays out, see how it goes all flat in the air? And then I settle it down. So I'm going to stop it high and then lower my tip while the line goes down. I'm going to stop it high and then just lower that tip. Cast. 2 motions. We stop. We don't do this. Because what ends up happening is eventually we start just getting tangles and we get lost, right? We're going to drag it up and cast. Drag it up to the side, stop, cast, okay? The line, as you see, is almost at my feet. You know, it's right there in front. And here's the idea of this guy. When this is on the water, there's surface tension. Like that. It doesn't matter. We get hit all
呢個叫咩？loop cast
There's enough force there. It's all coming out. You scoop like this, not straight up.
Flies, right, with a fly swatter.
But remember, we always got to point this reel.
Right here, and the
Scoop
flies
up,
on the counter.
bring
right?
it up,
I want you to
push forward towards the target.
我哋個tip 咧綁住個water bottle 嘅。 呢度就係馬老闆喺度 loop cast 緊㗎，唔好 loop 落我度就得啦。而家 Q 晒喎 ，perfect。So it just unscrewed, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't have to pay for it then.
Yeah, not yet.
We reel in like this, it's just a teeny little bit. So we bring the fish in by pulling on the line. And I'm keeping my rod up. I'm keeping it bent. Right? I'm not letting it go. Oh, wow, the water bottle feels heavy. Yes, the fish is going to feel even heavier. Okay, so we got to keep that thing bent. And we're going to bring it in. If you're burning your finger, you're squeezing way too tight. Loosen up a little bit. Relax. This is supposed to be fun. Not supposed to be, right? Loosen up. Bring that in. And you'll notice, if I bring it too far in, I have a 9-foot rod here. Well, I want to get the fish now. Hey. Hey. I can't land the fish, right? So, when we're out there going, chasing that thing around, we can only bring it in so much. Okay, so.
You're going to want to be down like this. Man, I'm going to say rod tip high. I want that rod tip high, right? And let's say that Galen all of a sudden realizes he's hooked, right? And he's going to run away from me.
Run.
Going, I can drop my rod and loosen my finger for a moment, but then quickly get back to up, right? And then as Galen's coming in, I'm stripping in and see my bend on my rod and see how high up I got my rod tip high, right? Galen starts going this way. I don't want him to go that way. There's a rock over there or something. I'm going to bring my rod tip over here, right? I can kind of steer him over to this bank over here. Same thing, if he starts going that way, I can get my rod tip over here and kind of give him some pressure. But you're gonna want to get like this, and you'll just see there's no shock in the system. There's no, I don't have any kind of travel.